We had previously filmed a few informative videos about butter. In these videos, we mentioned that butter is generally considered a healthy fat, but it is important to have some restrictions on its consumption. For instance, people with heart and vascular problems and those with high cholesterol were subject to this restriction. Let's say we consume too much butter, a natural and helpful oil. What occurs to our body in such a situation? Is butter a fat that can be consumed limitlessly? Does it harm our body if we consume excessive butter from cows raised in natural environments sent by our mother's father from the village? This is the subject of our video. What if we consume too much butter? A problem with excessive butter consumption is the increase in LDL cholesterol that we often encounter. Butter is a beneficial fat that can increase HDL cholesterol and reduce triglycerides when consumed in low doses, but consuming it in excessive amounts can increase LDL, known as bad cholesterol. LDL cholesterol particles split into two. Small dense LDL particles raise risk of atherosclerotic vascular occlusion, known as atherogenic. Butter causes it to have a larger frothy consistency. These large and non-foamy LDL particles reduce the risk of artery clogging. However, when we consume over 50 grams of butter daily, regardless of the form, our LDL cholesterol will increase and our risk of heart disease may also increase. What I'm trying to say is, when consumed in small amounts, a fat that increases HDL and lowers triglycerides can increase LDL when consumed in large amounts. If you have high LDL cholesterol, if you have genetic high cholesterol, or if you are using a medication that lowers LDL cholesterol, it is beneficial to restrict butter if you have heart and vascular disease. Secondly, butter is a fat and is consumed in high calories, about 8 to 9 cal in 1 g, 800-900 cal in 100 gram. Excessive consumption of butter can lead to increased calorie intake and weight gain. Butter is good, it is beautiful, but excessive consumption can cause weight gain and widening of your waistline. The third one is heart and vascular problems. LDL cholesterol increases. Excessive consumption of butter limits the beneficial effect of increasing HDL cholesterol, leading to an increased risk of heart disease. Butter is healthy, yes, but when consumed constantly over 50 grams daily, it can increase the risk of cardiovascular disease. The paradigms pertaining to butter have undergone significant changes. While butter used to be perceived as a grotesque and risky source of fat, it is now considered to be more innocent in comparison to other fats, even though its saturated fat content remains high. But excessive consumption can bring problems along with it. If you consume excessive amounts of butter, and if you have problems such as genetic or hypertension, diabetes, like smoking, then excessive consumption of butter can bring the risk of heart disease. Butter is ultimately a dairy product, and excessive consumption of dairy products can trigger allergic reactions in individuals with cow's milk allergy. It has the potential to cause inflammation in the intestines, or it can trigger certain allergic diseases on our skin. Just as cow's milk allergy is an existing condition and individuals with cow's milk allergy need to stay away from cow's milk, excessive consumption of butter derived from cow's milk can also trigger this allergy in individuals with cow's milk allergy. This trigger usually does not happen in small amounts. Consuming less than 50 grams of butter does not easily cause cow's milk allergy. However, consuming too much can still cause allergic reactions. And lastly, lactose tolerance. Although this amount is higher in milk, butter is also a dairy product and contains lactose. Excessive consumption of butter can cause changes in bowel habits, gas, and problems such as cramps in individuals with lactose intolerance. People with lactose intolerance should avoid excessive butter consumption, just as they should stay away from milk. In the video, I generally used a term like 50G. 50G is not universally applicable for us. If you have a high risk of cardiovascular disease, you can adjust your butter consumption by consulting your doctor unless you are a healthy person without problems like cholesterol, lactose intolerance, or allergies to ensure optimal heart health. We have a saying from Paracelsus, everything is poison, dose is important. Butter is also subject to this. In small amounts, it can be beneficial, but consuming it in large amounts can lead to the 5 issues I listed earlier. Butter is good, beautiful, healthy, and a source of vitamins and minerals. Excessive consumption can bring problems. I recommend staying away from butter, but consume it in limited quantities. Goodbye.